Whether you like them or not, the Revenge of the Fallen twins, Skids and Mudflap, had their share of figures in the various live-action movie toy lines. Their original deluxes were redone in flashy tuna decos, I guess in an attempt to be totally rad and down with the kids, man. Too bad Mudflap's first deluxe was a massive peg warmer, and spoilers, this didn't fare much better. Tuna Mudflap is done in a more burnt orange with snazzy golden racing stripes. The translucent tinted grey windows are now clear blue, as is the gang moulded missile that forms an exhaust fume, and the grey bumpers have a slight brown hue to them this time. Even with these changes, this version honestly feels too similar to the original, with the shade of orange being only slightly darker. But on its own the deco's okay, and it coats an all-around solid and detailed rendition of the Chevy Trax. The colour scheme doesn't change much in robot mode, outside of the additional gold via the limbs. Personally, I'd use another colour or two to break things up, as this just looks bland, mainly because the gold doesn't contrast well with the orange. And no, I've not heard reports of this succumbing to gold plastic syndrome. There are no metallic swirls I can make out, so that's good news. Bad news, he's still an unstable mess. In theory, the slot intended for the exhaust missile in vehicle mode slides onto a tab behind his head, thus securing the backpack, except it barely works. Not helping is that Mudflap is wearing most of the car on his back. He is one of the line's quintessential shell formers, with only the headlights and part of the front bumper worked into the robot, unless you count his door wings. Still, you can't deny the design is interesting. With the mismatched arms and goofy head, the latter of which I've never been a fan of, it still looks melted. The mold's articulation and gimmicks, including the Mecha Live features, are all present and accounted for. Alongside Blazemaster and Rampage, Mudflap was one of my least favourites from Revenge of the Fallen, and though this redeco spices things up, they could have done better. Again, more contrasting colours, or other things, which we'll get to next time. I like this over the original, but not enough to earn Mudflap a higher rank than Tin. How does his brother fare? Stay tuned to find out.